Greetings, IUCC family. Today I give my annual State of the Church virtually as I pre-recorded this while I'm in Cambodia with one of our members, Chenda Chi, before I meet up with another of our members, Joanna Ito, and her husband in India. You may know that Chenda has a nonprofit in Cambodia, and I'm here to learn about it while immersing myself in the culture, visiting her school for children, and experiencing the incredible religious history, visiting Angkor Wat and other magnificent temples. Then I'm meeting up with Joanna in Madurai, where she was born as a daughter of two UCC missionary parents, to see the work that her parents did, visit a Christian community that continues to exist named Bethania, and while there, an orphanage, while experiencing the incredible temples of Madurai and even a visit to the Taj Mahal. As a global missions church, I'm excited to have the opportunity to live out this commitment with two of our IUCC members. You also have the opportunity to live it out with me as we prepare for our first return trip to Guatemala since 2012. Many will remember that trip with fondness, and I hope you will join with me in this return from March 29th to April 7th when we join together on this transformational trip. As you can already see, IUCC is actively living out our commitment to be an open and affirming, just, peace, global missions, creation, justice church in 2025. In 2024, we were at 4 different Pride celebrations, walked the AIDS Walk, and spoke out at school districts and city councils in support of queer kids and their families. We are proud to be an open and affirming church. We learned about what it means to be a just peace church at our Memorial Day service as we pledged once again our commitment to peace. Born out on street corners, advocating for peace in Palestine and Israel, in city council meetings and interfaith conversations. As you know, I went to Guatemala in my 2024 study leave in order to prepare for this trip coming in 2025, visiting schools, churches, co-ops, and immersing ourselves in Guatemalan culture and the Spanish language. I'm looking forward to returning with you to build at a school and raise funds to hopefully begin an ongoing project for lasting relationships. In our commitment to diversity in the wider church, we participated in PAM Sunday, Pacific Islander Asian American Ministries, receiving the Reverend Mitchell Young and sending our own Dustin Nguyen to preach at Montebello UCC. Dustin also went representing IUCC and the Southern California-Nevada Conference at the PAM United Church of Christ gathering in Hawaii. As a creation justice church, we are doing our best to live out a green faith. We had a Green Faith Comma group this summer, and our Green Faith ministry is rebranding itself as Earth Matters. By April, we hope to have solar panels installed and running and do our part to have cleaner energy here on our campus. In many ways, we are starting 2025 better than any other year since I arrived back in the thick of the pandemic in 2020. In my report, I reflected on the strategic goals we set in our 5-year plan, and you will see that we are meeting these goals in tangible ways. We are becoming more financially stable. A major goal when I arrived at IUCC was to diversify our income stream. At the time, our child care center was hemorrhaging, and we were already aware that we could not rely on pledges alone, despite the generosity of all of you. Giving to churches has gone down with attendance throughout the United States. We are not alone. So we began renting our church out, instituting fundraising that's actually fun, offering our space to other churches, and partnering with like organizations. We continue to lead as a progressive voice in Orange County, partnering with like-minded churches and orgs to offer opportunities to learn and grow. Events with our diversity, equity, and inclusion ministry and our advocates, like what we're offering this Black History Month in just a few days on February 7th with the Black Legacy Project. Or think about the showing we had with our own member, Eli Reyna, and his award-winning film, Doss versus Bernal, the reenactment. We also engaged our community and led our way as a progressive Christian church by showing the film True Believer. We also had guests from Vote Common Good to continue to challenge us and our community to think and act our faith. We joined with our partners from Clergy and Laity United for Economic Justice to determine how we can respond as sanctuary people to protect our community members as mass deportations threatens our very neighbors. We continue to challenge ourselves to imagine how we can live into the goal that at IUCC, the welcome doesn't stop at the door. Renee Boyum and Lisa Pelt are our membership ministry chairs, and they are instituting ways that we can live this out. But this is not just a small group challenge, it's a challenge for all of us, the whole church, to embody as we live out what it means to share extravagant welcome. We have incredible new members in our community, and we celebrate their arrival and are eager to welcome more. We've shifted Dustin Wynn's position to focus on digital ministry, welcoming younger people and all people by creating compelling digital content to share the good news of IUCC. And finally, goal number 4 challenges us to define church beyond Sunday morning. Our worship and Stephen ministry are beginning a new group that will launch during Lent called Spiritual Pathways, Soul Care Through Prayer, which I will invite all of us to explore different ways of meditation and prayer, and most importantly, provide space for the spiritual but not religious folks to find a safe place to deepen spiritual growth. I know that Jesus says that wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, I am there. And so we live out the body of Christ in all of our ministries. Small group ministries like our Comma groups, or our adult ministries like Sunday School, Bible Study, Digging Deeper, now called Women's Wisdom Circle. Our young adults, Sacred Sundays, which were instituted this year, and the events they hold monthly, along with things like our Bon Vivant dinners. The work of mission and service, our advocates and DEI all challenge us to do church by putting our faith in action. This past year, the women of IUCC joined with the women of University Synagogue to deepen our relationships with one another. We are definitely living out our goal for church to be so much more than an hour on Sunday. And in addition to our goals and living out our United Church of Christ designations, we are expanding our ministry in an incredibly strong pastoral team. I am so thrilled to have Pastor Rachel Crawford on our team, leading our ministry with young people and bringing her specialized training from Princeton Seminary and beyond on children, youth, and family ministries right here to IUCC. Of course, we couldn't be luckier to have Pastor Craig, who has begun the official path to ordained ministry as he continues to go above and beyond in his role as administrative pastor. Add to it all the amazing music team we have with Dr. Chris Peterson at the helm, you young, and our interns, Joy, Adam, and Melanie. We are truly blessed. This year, we focused in on our preschool, and we ended up realizing just how stagnant we've been. While we invested in the look of the school, thanks to all of you who gave of yourselves, we hadn't invested in the infrastructure of our teachers or the content of our education. Thankfully, we added to our team this year a dynamic new director of our Early Childhood Center, Sheila Rafat Saint, who's infusing us with energy, professionalism, and new ideas as she commits to taking us to the next level. It may be an expensive year as we add on solar, address the foundation issues we continue to have at Plummer Hall, hopefully also refresh and maybe even renovate Plummer Hall sometime in the future, fix parking lots and sidewalks, upgrade our preschool playground, add new lighting here in the sanctuary, but we will be addressing delayed maintenance that we just didn't have the material, mental, or physical capacity to address prior to this point. And with the incredible gift of Lynn Carpenter, we are better equipped to make these facility upgrades than ever before. Her gift reminds us how important it is for each of us to become a part of the legacy circle, to think about how we can invest in planned giving now before we die so that our gifts will truly leave a legacy and ensure the existence of IUCC long into the future. We know that 2025 will continue to throw its challenges our way, but we are so much more prepared than we have ever been, and we have rebuilt our church. We have brought on staff members and led lay leadership as they've grown in our programming. I'm excited about this new year and how we can respond to the needs of a hurting world, a divided country, and a community that seeks safe spaces so that we can carry the light, seek justice, work for peace, and live love. Thank you, Irvine United Congregational Church. I am honored to enter into a new year of ministry with you.